Last year I was asked if I wanted to do a duo show with a friend of mine in Milan. The whole thing was going to be recorded on audio and video, so only drums, all my stuff, saxophone, keys, Ableton. It was pretty late notice, but of course we said yes.
There was only one problem. We didn't actually have any material to play. So I sat down and I went through all of my songs and I picked the ones that I thought were most fitting and I tried to adapt them to this live situation. Unfortunately, there was still not enough music to fill a whole set.
I had to come up with something quickly, and that's how I ended up writing Skeleton. Okay, so this is the first demo draft that I made for Skeleton. I kind of wanted to go for a fusion of 90s hip-hop and this modern up-tempo jazz. Here's a Rhodes sample that I made with Keyscape, and I think I pitched it down so it sounds a little bit more like a sample vibe. And also I paired it with this syncopated bass line. Then I came up with this quite simple A part for saxophones. Very like classic hard bop kind of melody. And I doubled that with sopranos and fifths and fourths. And then for the B part, I want to have something that contrasts this really dark and gloomy A part with a more colorful, kind of funky B section. And also I added a few instruments to make it a bit more wider and you know, just more pleasant to hear. And then for the outro, I had this idea of switching the pulse to like a halftime feel. And the idea was that the whole groove and the whole song kind of starts to fall apart. And I think this worked really nicely because we had a click in the in-ear, so we could still know where the beat was going. But in the recording, you can really hear how everything is like falling apart. And that way, the track has this like really unresolved, uncertain ending. And I really like that. After the concert, I ended up with a bunch of recordings of the night and decided to fully produce the song. I added all of Gianluca's stems into the project and replaced the saxophones I had recorded earlier.
Okay, so if you've made it this far into the video, you might be curious to hear the whole song. You can find it on all the digital streaming platforms. It's called Skeleton. This song is also part of my upcoming EP, dropping in March. So be sure to check that out as well once it drops. Link in the description.
I added a lot of little production details like these funky pitch bends from my old Korg synth. I recorded additional flutes and EOEs. Finally, I fleshed out all the chords and key parts and mixed them together.
And that's how I wrote and produced Skeleton. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm planning to do more of these breakdowns, more in-depth kind of videos. If you're interested in that, let me know. Do you have any specific questions, anything that you would want to hear? I'll be happy to talk about it. Until next time, ciao.